Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the official ARK podcast number 259. My name's Coach Mistletoe, and I'm here live with the core team. Your host for tonight, as always, the one and only Mr. Atlas. Please take it away, sir.
Thank you for the introduction, Coach Mistletoe. And folks, welcome back to another edition of the ARK Daily Podcast. This is Monday, July 17th. Usually on Mondays, we have our good friend, our great mentor, Coach Roberto from Always Warm, Always Sunny Miami, doing the Reset the Breath. However, we are going to move that to Tuesday, tomorrow, July 18th. Today, we're going to dive right in to the weekend review by the Crypto Badgers, aka Buy ZDips and Maxi. So we usually do that on Sundays. We're getting it here today. We don't want to let that sit there. As we know, hot alpha news has a very short lifespan. It's got a short shelf life as well. So we got to get this off the shelf, push it, show it to all of our community, spread the word. They're always bringing the true information, everything that happens here on the podcast, as well as the unedited version of the Excel. We understand that the price of the ARK is down, but there's so much utility, there's so much coming that this cycle is well understood. Most of our investors are professional. Some even claim self-proclaimed degens, my friends. Absolutely. They've been through it before. But what they haven't been through is a team that actually delivers on the roadmap. Yeah, that's right. That's not something you find really in space anywhere. Hate to tell you the truth, but look around. All of the folks that overpromise and underdeliver, and let's not even talk about utility. Let's not go there. Let's not look at what hasn't been delivered by others. Let's look at what actually has been delivered here by the ARK, by this team. This fantastic community. So many investors thinking long-term, seeing the bigger picture. Stacking up in the LSA. Stacking up their legacy NFTs. Understanding the revenue comes in. But you have to build it first. It just doesn't fall from the sky. No. You have to put the work in. And you have to do it better than anyone else. You have to work harder and faster than anyone else out there. And folks, I think that's what you've been able to see here. Now it's just a matter of getting out there, promoting the products, bringing the folks in, answering the questions, and keep the pedal to the metal, going stronger and faster every single day to bring the growth in. Taking a quick look over here, folks, what's happening in the ARK. I'll let you know that we are at 5,536 total vault accounts. Liquidity on PCS is 96,537 BUSD. IOC reserves 119,784 BUSD. The price of ARK is 24 cents. Spark price pool 768.86 ARK. And if you're wondering, that's a street value of $184.53. Today we'll find our 286 Spark Prize winner. And 10% is going to the MVP. And shout out to the MVP. They've earned their 10% today. Their wallet ends in E7F3. That's right, folks. 3 referrals, bringing a total of 421.57 ARK into the vault system. We're going to go ahead and turn it over to our good friend. He's on the road, so it's probably going to be very short. Our good friend, Mr. Brett Nordin. Hope you're doing well, sir. Safe travels.
Doing good. Doing better. Yeah, I was congested this morning when we were talking, but the 105-degree weather around. Actually, it's 111 now in Phoenix. So,
oh boy.
Yeah, we had some business to do down in the city. Yeah. always want to avoid that this time of year, but we had some stuff we had to take care of down here, so I had to take a quick trip. But yeah, we're still working hard regardless. Alex has made some good progress today on Terra Card. He's getting into the big chunks now, so we're very, very close to having that into a point where we can test it. Once again, I do have cards here to test with and have sent over the balance of the cards to our packaging and shipping company, and they are based here in the US as well. And so we are pretty much ready to go. We have all of the infrastructure pieces in place, just now a matter of finishing some things up on the back end. So that's a good update on the Terra Card, the DVPN, the privacy email, password passkey manager, and storage. We talked a little bit last week about pulling that under one hood and making that a suite with a single subscription, which I think is a great approach. And we're just continuing those discussions this week. We did quite a bit of progress on with the dev team over the weekend and getting documentation out to them so that they can take a look at how we would like to pull it together and the details regarding that. So we've been working more on that this week. And so that's the privacy products, the Terra Card, and then there's one other thing I wanted to cover. Oh, we do have an AMA this week, don't we? Atlas, is it on Wednesday, or you mentioned that? You're a little bit you're in the matrix a little bit. I was just asking about, I think we have an AMA this week to start talking about the utilities and getting the message out and getting on the road. Seeing quite a bit of positive feedback in the Telegram groups around the DeFi space, but we definitely want to make a big push there and put our marketing dollars to use and get that product, at least the Air Card and the on-ramp, and now with the coming Terra Card onto everybody's radar. Obviously, the immediate sales opportunities are for the ILC and the NFT, but as we expand the privacy products and things, those will also bolster it even more. So yeah, sticking to the plan, fulfilling the roadmap, working hard, and yeah, we're just chugging along. So looking forward to the week, getting some positive responses out there from another community, and starting to bring back some more revenue and growing sales of the utilities. Hey, Alex, can you hear me okay? I think your mic might be having a problem.
Hear me?
You're pretty choppy there, Atlas.
Yeah.
A little matrix.
With the advice.
I think he said we'll boot up the Bizy Dips video. So let's get into the all aboard session, the daily.
Let's do it.
All aboard the daily Bizy, sorry, not Bizy Dips, the daily Crypto Badgers weekly alpha. They are a day late today, but we're still gonna watch it as we got some alpha on the ARK-FI coming up. So let's get into the video. Is there anything you guys wanted to say before? Was there any special news to announce? Anything like that before we get into the video?
No, I think you can just fire it up, my friend.
Well, let's go. Can't wait to hear that 50-cent intro again, and let's get into that alpha. All right. If you guys can't hear it, just let me know, but you should be able to.
A pump would be nice, but remember, there's no financial advice. Crypto Badgers.
Thanks for joining the Crypto Badgers, two gens that like to do our research. I'm Max Power, joined as always by Matt, aka Bizy Dips. A very warm welcome to all of our subs. We are back for another edition here of ArkFi Weekly. A hiatus last week, as we alluded to in our previous video. Again, all really on me. I've got an absolutely ludicrous travel schedule in Normie World at the moment, and it has run me down as well. I've been bloody crook. So it's all been going pear in Normie World, but You've been rock solid, also a little under the weather yourself. I don't know if that's because in my fleet moment with you playing golf, I passed it on, or whether it was you were already officer down.
You certainly brought back a nasty flu, Max. I see you still sort of sound a little bit fluey, but I think you've been completely discombobulated with all this travel and the flu and everything else. But nice to be back here for the weekly review, Max.
Yes, absolutely. We will to all of our listeners out there, the next couple of weeks, still a bit challenging for me. We're going to try and do one whenever we can over the next few weeks before we resume normal service. And it's been a lot going on also in the crypto world, Matt. I mean, we had some big news this week really around Ripple out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah, indeed, Max. I think that court case has sort of been going on longer than an elephant's pregnancy, hasn't it? I mean, it was just sort of to wake up to that news of XRP not being considered a security. Really welcoming news. I'm not and I don't think you are either, a big XRP fan, but very good news for the broader space. And it did sort of kick things along a little bit there for a couple of days, but I see the market sort of lost a little bit of momentum in the last few days. So perhaps symptomatic of some more choppy trading ahead. What do you think?
Yeah, and if the sort of Binance looms, doesn't it, as well as a cloud. In general over the space, it seems like it takes very little for there to be, sudden fear about what's going, that Binance is about to collapse, and then it gets called FUD, and then things it's sort of an endless cycle. I don't know whether it's just better off that they sort of explode or clear their names or what. Because
I'm waiting for the Tether FUD now. That'll be the next thing.
I think there was a bit of Tether FUD a couple of weeks ago.
There's always a bit of Tether.
Wasn't it because on Binance US it depegged, but that was just because they got no makers. So people were out there saying Tether's depegged, but it was
it comes and goes, the Tether FUD.
Yeah, I know. But look, I think the fact that the market in general is holding around that 30K level has been, I still have been expecting it to drop more, and it just keeps holding. And there's been, some pretty good news. Inflation lower than expected. So just a few green shoots around, I guess, in terms of news.
We love green shoots, my friend.
Look, all appears on track, for the halvening and, things to be a bit greener for when that comes around. I know you made the comment to me earlier in the week that the best time to buy alts was 9 months before the halvening. So
yes, well, that was in prior to the last bull market. 9-10 months before the Bitcoin halving was the opportune time to buy altcoins, and we're around that point right about now. Given that I think the estimated halvening kicks in April of 2024. So I'm just going to stick to my plan, Max, and I know you've got a similar plan of just sort of DCAing sort of this back half of this year and sort of getting nice and well set in terms of the portfolio we want to carry forward through the bull market.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And in terms of ARK, let's go through a few little stats of the week. Price sitting down at 25 cents. I think a couple of weeks ago that was at about 55 cents. So there's no doubt that the vault is under a bit of pressure at the moment. The ILC hanging in. It was 142, now 120K. So I guess it's been doing its job to try and hold the price where it can. New accounts, we were at 5503, so 30 new accounts have come on board. And the liquidity was 145. That's down to 97, largely due to the drop in the ARK token price. So Matt, look, it's obviously a challenging time, but that sort of feels like it's sort of broader in the ROI DApp space.
Yeah, I think so, Max. I think there's a fair bit of apathy out there at the moment, and just not a lot of love for ROI DApps in general. But yeah, we've just got to keep persisting. Whether or not that sentiment returns anytime soon, your guess is as good as mine. But reality is, it's pretty tough times out there for all the ROI DApps.
Yeah, and I always said that, and I think when it was $5.70, I said this: the price goes to zero tomorrow, I'm comfortable because, as long as the team have continued to work, and that they've done. I mean, what else can you ask for? They've been continued to do the podcasts every day. They're still in there answering all the questions. They're still building new utilities for this project, and the price is going to be what it's going to be.
Yeah, indeed, Max. And look, I think for both of us, we got involved in the private pre-sale, and the only really reason that we did is because of the team's ideas around utility. bringing that sort of external revenue to the fore that we hadn't seen before in an ROI DApp. And of course, everyone wants that utility and that revenue to come sooner or later. But these things take time. But at least we're starting to see some revenue coming in. I'm not quite sure how much yet, but revenue coming in from the likes of the air cards. So I'm sure we'll start to see that have an impact on things as we move forward. And obviously, the team hasn't been able to do their AMAs yet to get out there and really sort of promote these things. So all that's going to take a little bit of time, but a little bit of patience is required, I think, Max.
Yes, indeed. What about in terms of the Spark? I mean, it just still keeps paying out.
Yeah, still a very, very more than decent prize to be winning on a daily basis. In total for the week, there was 5,091.84 ARK given away. Of course, an additional 10% was also given away to the syndicate leaders who generated the highest daily referral values. So still a good prize to win, Max.
Still a good prize, and still waiting, as we are every week. Incredible that we just cannot land the prize. But anyway, that's we wait and we
persist.
But we keep persisting. Still Legacy NFT sitting there for us, up over 600 now. It was 587 when we last covered this. So that continues to tick up. Those 14 are all silvers that have been sold, I believe. So look, it's still revenue coming in all the time.
I think there might have been a couple of golds as well there, Max.
Oh, you're right. There have been. There were a couple of golds. You're right.
Slipping under the radar.
Yeah. So Legacy NFTs, this is still paying out each and every week. So no complaints there. In terms of the 1% wallets, we're now over 50%. And I guess with less new accounts, that's going to mean that more and more wallets going on down to that 1%. Been about 30 new accounts go down to 0.5% forevermore due to claiming too much. So that's where we sit in that department. But Matt, tell us, there's been a bit going on. Tell us, what have the team been talking about in the pods?
Yeah, well, I guess you'd say there's been sort of lots of little snippets of news that have sort of come through over the last week or so. We've seen continued positive feedback from the community regarding the air cards. It really is an extremely simple and easy product to use. Have you got yours, Max, yet or not?
Not sorted yet. I mean, I've only just got back in the country and only for a day or two. So
come on, son, get
a card. But
you need it. You need it for your travels. But I mean, it's really super easy, isn't it, to sort of off-ramp your crypto onto a MasterCard in just a couple of minutes, and sort of away you go and start spending your crypto using that tap and pay. So make sure you get one of those, Max, before
I'm
you
100% getting it. I 100% need it. I haven't needed on my. I've been living in a cash society for the last month or so. The internet a little unreliable, and so I haven't required it, but I do now. So I need to get onto that.
Yeah, indeed, Max. And of course, the revenues generated from this service, so that the aircard service, along with the fiat on-ramp, will get spread evenly between the ILC, the NFT pool, and the Treasury. So it's very much in the interests of the broader community to not only use these services themselves, but to also sort of spread that awareness to others and take advantage of the referral system that's in place. And I mean, at the end of the day, users don't need to be Vault account holders to use these services. They're open to absolutely everyone and anyone. So do spread the word. What else have you got for us, Max, on the cards?
Yeah, I think on the subject of cards, Brett indicated we're probably around 2 weeks away from the launch of the Terra cards. So these ones are the physical debit cards, which will carry much higher limits. I believe up to 150K, if I've heard that correctly, Matt.
I believe that's correct.
And you can withdraw, of course, the cold hard cash these cards as well. So there will be a plastic card and a couple of metal cards available, including one which is exclusive to the Legacy NFT holders. I believe you can customize these to some extent. So Max Power buys he dips on a tap and go sort of card.
What about a Max Power Simpsons themed card?
Yeah, a name that you would like to touch, but you mustn't touch.
I'm loving it.
So the team also working on a card management system, which I think we saw a sneak peek of during the week. Basically, users will be able to manage their air cards, Terra cards all in one place. so you don't have to jump around to different websites and to manage them. This will be pretty handy for those who are taking the option to use both of these services. What else has been going on, Matt?
Well, in terms of the privacy solutions that the team will be rolling out, Atlas dropped a little bit of alpha during the week, indicating that there will also be an additional product offering, that being a secure private Web3 email service, which will integrate with the decentralized cloud storage product, which is already actually on the roadmap. So I guess you could think of this, Max, as like a new and improved version of the Proton email service, which you might be familiar with. Very, very popular service as that one's developed over the years. You'll also be able to pay anyone in crypto via an email, which I think is pretty cool integration as well. So I guess just with all of this, it's just another sort of piece of the puzzle in terms of the team's long-term vision of becoming that sort of one-stop shop for privacy solutions, coupled with a full-service crypto banking platform. So yeah, things are slowly but surely coming together, Max.
Yeah, and what about ArkLight? Have we learned a bit more? Last time it was just sort of, when we spoke, I think it was just sort of mooted. Do we know more?
Well, it's certainly a real thing, and it seems to be on the tips of everyone's lips at the moment. And work is continuing with the development of this new product. For those that aren't aware, our listeners that aren't aware, ArkLight's being developed, I guess, in response to you were talking about it earlier, the sort of the general apathy that currently exists in the broader ROI DApp space, and the relative complexity of onboarding new sort of non-crypto users in particular. And I think what's really happened here is the team's had a sort of honest look, an honest appraisal of the ROI DApp space. And the reality is there's very little appetite for these products at this present moment. And I mean, you can name your project, Max. They're all struggling at the moment, and that's just the reality of the situation. And you know, the sentiment we've seen towards ROI DApps, it's changed, fairly dramatically in recent months. And I think there's just no sort of point in sort of kidding ourselves about that. Whether that sentiment returns in the future, we don't know. But the team is just not going to sort of sit around and cross their fingers and pray for better days. So with that in mind, the idea with ArkLight is that it's going to be a greatly simplified product that will make it considerably easier to reach and onboard non-crypto people, bringing down sort of a lot of the barriers and obstacles that currently exist. Obviously, the intention is once these sort of new users are onboarded, there's going to be cross-marketing opportunities, encouraging them to explore other high-yield services in the ecosystem, such as the Vault, bonds, legacy NFTs, and also, I guess, to utilize the on and off-ramp services that currently exist, and in the fullness of time, the privacy solutions as well that will be rolled out. But I think it's an important thing to state here that the team is in no way abandoning the Vault product. Nothing changes there at all. I guess you'd consider ArkLight as a complementary sort of offering, a key driver of new non-crypto users to the ecosystem, and a way in which the Vault can get additional, albeit indirect, exposure from new users who, frankly, would have never have learned about the product otherwise. So we don't have the full picture yet on exactly what ArkLight is going to look like, but what we do know is that it will be a system which does not impose any taxes whatsoever on investors, and users will just be able to visit a landing page. They'll be able to register with an email address, and they'll be able to participate quickly and easily using either crypto or fiat. So I understand there will be a pre-sale, Max, but again, we don't have any firm details yet regarding this. So best to stay tuned for more information on that. Hopefully we get a little bit of alpha regarding that in the coming weeks, and we'll certainly be covering it here on the show.
Yeah, very interested to see what ends up unfolding there, and I'm sure that that it is likely that legacy NFT holders would be sort of first in line around any leg ups there, and then maybe also the broader ARK sort of ecosystem. But we'll wait more news on that. That is a bit of speculation from me there, Matt.
We love a bit of speculation.
So that is kind of a wrap on the news. We will also have the Catalyst article, the weekly Medium article. Make sure to check that one out. We'll have all the stats from Catalyst and ensure that you keep up to date with all that is happening on the ARK. And with that, I would also just say a daily reminder, these podcasts, they're still going on every day, and they're still answering questions. It was good to hear the dulcet tones of Atlas again the other day, once landed back in the land of the living. And even the after shows are going on for quite some time. They're in our mornings or in the into the evenings in the US. So do tune in and use it as an opportunity to ask any questions that you may have. So that's a wrap for ArkFi Weekly, Matt. Thank you once again for coming in. Still lots going on as always.
Indeed, Maxie, and I hope you're feeling a little bit better, mate. I know you've been very under the weather, so hopefully you can kick this flu.
Yeah, I'm fighting, street fighting.
Keep fighting, son.
Windmill, sir. Coming live from the crypto world. Bringing you all that you need. Let's go. This is the YouTube Crypto Show with two guys who are kind of in the know. Crypto badges are here, so you're in the clear. No worry or fear, yeah, we're helping you steer. Shouts to the team, we can't forget Max Power and Bazzi Dips. Don't get wrecked, a pump would be nice, but remember, there's no financial advice. Crypto badges.
Let's go. Another amazing weekly review by the Crypto Badgers. I know every single word of the song at the end there. I love singing along. Let's go.
Another banger. I missed most of it. I'm going to have to watch it again later. I had a connection issue again. Had to run out to find another connection. Can you hear me okay, Mr. Toad?
Yes, we can. Are you over at the Starbucks there?
No, not exactly. But yeah, we have a backup here. I was able to get back on a third redundancy solution.
Let's go.
So thank you for that, Bizzy Dips. Shout out to Max Pete. Let's all wish his speedy recovery, back to full strength, full health, and full wealth. All right. So you have a Wheel of the Toad for us today, sir.
We do indeed, but first, let's announce the winner of yesterday's short contest. It was a fierce one. Competition is always fierce here. Let me pull that up right now. All right. So yesterday, for our 3 competitors for the daily ARK short contest. If you don't know what the short contest is, it's a new contest we have here on board the ARK. It's very simple to get involved. Simply create some short form content. It can be, on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, any of the short form content platforms are all eligible. All you need to do is create a video under 60 seconds talking about, something about the ARK roadmap, anything about your ARK experience, or, even have some fun with AI in ARK. The possibilities are endless. Get creative with it. We've seen a lot of really cool shorts, whether it be, creating the one we saw yesterday, taking some movie scripts and creating kind of some overlays on that, taking some animations, creating some funny GIFs, some funny videos, or even, just walking out of the door and taking a video of yourself talking about the ARK, going on a hike. It's very easy and involved. Once you've done that, once you've created your short form content, you can either submit it to myself, Coach Brad, or into the sweep widget. We'll show you how to submit that in the sweep widget. If you don't know how, send us those videos. And yeah, so every day, once we get 3 videos submitted, we're going to show them live here on the podcast and vote for them with the community. How that's going to work is like we have here. Basically, once we show them, you're going to have 24 hours to go vote for your favorite ARK short of the day, where we do this every single day. And the winner that gets the most votes is going to take home the prize of the best ARK short of the day. And they're going to win $50 worth of ARK. They're going to be shared on all of our socials, featured in the sweep widget, and promote their channel. So definitely get involved. How we're also going to do is there's lots of different prizes to win. Everyone that wins the first ARK short of the day, they're going to move around to the second round, where every single week we're going to take 7 winners of the ARK shorts of the day, and we're going to vote for them with the community on who is the best short of the week. So we're going to have 7 winners of the week. take all of those, put in another poll, and the community is going to vote for their favorite. Last week it was AJ Metz. She took the crown and took the prize home of $100 worth of ARK. After that, round 3, it keeps getting better. What we do is we take the 4 winners of the week and we're going to move them to round 3, where we're going to vote again head to head for all the 4 winners to find our grand prize of the best ARK short of the month and the winner of the $500 worth of ARK. Doesn't stop there. We're also going to do a prize for the most viewed video, whether it be on TikTok, YouTube. It's not a combination of views, just to make that clear. If you upload one video across all the different platforms, it's whatever has the most views on whatever platform. So, if you upload a video on YouTube and it gets 1,000 plays, but you upload that same one on TikTok, and that one gets, say, 10,000 plays, we're going to take that one and put it towards the most views. So whoever has the most views across any different platforms, they're going to take home the prize of $500 worth of ARK. I'm definitely excited to see how many views that is, because I know, pretty sure first place right now is leading with like 5,000 or 6,000 plays on TikTok. So if you haven't uploaded your shorts on TikTok, definitely go over there, because that's where a lot of people are and that's where a lot of views are. So yeah, that's the shorts contest. We also will be we'll also be giving away 5 random prizes of $100 worth of ARK. How that's going to work is every time you submit a video, and not only video, if you create one video and you submit it across 4 different platforms, that is 4 different entries onto the wheel. And so how that's going to work at the end of the month, we're going to spin the wheel. Every time you have a link submitted in the sweep widget, you get 1 entry, and we're going to spin the wheel 5 times to choose 5 videos to win $100 worth of ARK each. So there's lots of prizes to be won. Even if you don't win any of the best short of the days or the weeks, the months, the most views, you can always win with just the best of luck. So yeah, that's the shorts contest. Yesterday, let's announce our winner here. Yesterday we had Mr. Big over on TikTok. He's finally spreading out his wings, going over on TikTok, uploading all of his shorts over there. So amazing work. We also had Bob CTO3, another short on YouTube. He's a beast, creating much. I think he's created like 7 shorts now. He's won like 4 or 5 times. The man is on fire. And last but not least, we have the Coin Builders TV. They're creating amazing content with their Small Soldiers short. That was an amazing job. And it looks like the Coin Builders have taken it in for another victory. Congratulations. You guys have taken home, I think, 4 or 5 different victories now for the best short of the day. So congratulations. It's well deserved. I loved you guys' short yesterday with the Small Soldiers. Keep up the amazing work, and congratulations. You've won $50 worth of ARK. So now let's move it over to the wheel. All right, everyone should be able to see the wheel. This is our daily ARK All Aboard giveaway with the sweep widget, the wheel of the toad. Every single day, we do this giveaway here live in the podcast for all the community members here on board the ARK. It's very simple to get involved. All you simply have to do is every single day after the pod, we post a new sweep widget link. It's going to be posted in the main chat, in the contest and giveaway topic, in the announcements channel, Discord. It's very easy to find. If you can never find it, always be sure to ask. We'll just repost it for you. Once you find that new sweep widget link, you're simply going to click on it. It's going to redirect you to a task list. Those tasks are going to range from liking and commenting some YouTube videos, clapping up Medium articles, retweeting Twitter links, or simply just visiting a website. It's very easy to enter. Once you go through and do all of those tasks, your name is going to pop up on this iHeart wheel, where every single day we're going to spin it live on the pod here to find our lucky winner of $50 worth of ARK. That's right. If we land in your lucky name, the sweep widget, the lucky wheel, chooses you for the destiny, then you are taking home our prize of $50 worth of ARK. And again, we do this every day. It's very easy to get involved. Really helps all the content creators here on board the ARK. Even our own socials are pushing our podcasts out there, pumping the shorts algorithm. It really does go a long way. So please, everyone, do get involved. Even if you don't win, you're really helping everyone here on board the ARK. So without further ado, let's spin this wheel and let's find our giveaway. Good luck, everyone. Congratulations, NAID. I believe that is a first-time winner, and you are taking home the prize tonight of $50 worth of ARK. Congratulations, and thank you everyone that participates every single day.
Thank you, Coach Mistletoe. All right, let's go ahead and move on over to the Spark rewards. Bear with me a second here as we bring it up for everyone to be able to view. And if you can confirm that you can see it now.
Yes, we can. 780 ARK. Let's go.
All right. I think everyone in here is a regular. They know how the whole shebang works here for the Spark rewards. So let's sit back. Wish all of you great luck on this one again today. We already know who our MVP is. Let's just find out who the random Spark Prize winner is for today, folks. Here we go. All right. Can you hear me, Mistletoe?
Yes, we can.
All right. Yeah, safe is going really slow. I'm trying to execute the transaction from the second ledger. We're going to have to keep going. Meanwhile, Mr. Z, are you ready for the Defi Sessions, my friend?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll share my screen.
Yeah, give it another 20, 30 seconds. It's going really slow. Happens sometimes.
No worries. It's good to hear from the Badgers, man. Good to have you guys.
Absolutely. Always dropping the alpha.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Should I start doing it, or should we wait another 10 seconds?
No, go ahead. It's still hanging in the air. So go for it. I'll show the winner after you're done. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So yeah, I'm gonna start off just straight off the block. We're gonna talk about BlackRock ETF XRP and what's it doing with price right now, because I think currently we are in the sort of taking profits area, and you can see from here we sort of hit a top here. Whenever we make a top, it's sort of a target towards the bottom. So we had the highs of XRP, and so we touched 31,841 on Bitcoin, and then we sort of took liquidity, and right here when it was about 31.2, we kind of told you guys, like, if there's any profits you're holding, do take them, because it is going to fall lower, and just like it technically shows, it has fallen lower down to 29,971. So that's the current price right now, and I think this will be the you can say the triple top, and then we sort of take out liquidity here. So we'll see how that goes. I still have my targets from last month. I still believe that we will eventually reach this price. So how we get there, we will see. It's a bigger year. There's a bunch of election cycles going on. An individual by the name of Tucker Carlson has been interviewing a bunch of these candidates, and he talked to one of the major sort of candidates in the Republican Party by the name of DeSantis. And DeSantis kind of told I talked about the CBDC issues a little bit yesterday with what's happening with Brazil, but he kind of gave us insights on what the CBDC means to him, and why they banned it in Florida. So that was pretty interesting. So yeah, crypto is meshed in with politics, and it's something that's going to happen throughout the year. So yeah, there's a few different things I wanted to go through. So I'm going to quickly go into the article I wanted to talk about yesterday, which was crypto investments. So yeah, we have, like, you can say, updates on things like legislation, on court cases, and a bunch of other things that happen. But one of the big things that we have to see is institutional money come in, and we have to see a bunch of VC money come in. So Micah has started to see some European money come into crypto. So the title here reads, "Crypto investment continues slide and has not yet found a clear bottom." Just like the Bitcoin chart, we're all looking to see where the bottom is, and we're not it's not just hodlers that are looking for the bottom. It's firms, it's VC firms that want to sort of put their money in and sort of bet on these different utilities. So Bitcoin and Ethereum may be rising again, but venture capital firms continue to soar on the crypto space, according to a new report. Crypto and blockchain firms saw $2.3 billion in investment from venture capitalist firms during the second quarter of this year. It represents a steep decline from the same period as a year ago. Yeah, this is something I was kind of speaking to people privately. So last year, the first, you can say the first and second quarter of 2022, crypto saw an investment of, I believe, 8 to 10 billion. So here the article kind of talks about 8 billion to be that target. So since last year, we've seen tops being taken out. 67, we've seen a bunch of interest rate hikes. We've seen inflation, and with that, we saw Bitcoin, in fact, go half its price. So we went from 60 all the way down to 30, and then now we've seen sort of 25. So with that, we've seen investments also go lesser than, I think we're down 60% in investment. So this year, in the second quarter, we've seen up to 2.3 billion raised. So yeah, the crypto industry was flush from venture capitals during its pandemic era boom, during a record 13 billion in the first quarter of 2022. But a challenging business environment and high interest rates have effectively reduced the deal flow flood to a small trickle, and it continues to shrink. So capital invested has not yet found a clear bottom. The report says the rising rates continue to reduce allocators' appetite to bet on long tail risk assets like venture capital funds. So yeah, this kind of gives us a little insight into like how these things become utilities. So it's all down to financing. It's all down to these you can say the smart medium enterprise sort of teams building and having the funds and the time to build. So while the amount of cash thrown at crypto firms declined overall, the number of deals ticked upwards to 456. So this is one positive that we're seeing. We're seeing much more interest, and we're seeing deals being made in the real world and in DeFi to 456 from 439 in the first quarter. So that's one good thing. Within the crypto space, startup focused on trading. So these are the main utilities that I believe that have sort of seen VC money. So focused on trading, exchanges, investing, and lending attracted the most capital at 473 million. So that's the money gone there. That was followed by firms centered on Web3, NFTs, gaming, DAOs, and Metaverse, which received 442 million. Magic Eden, the cross-chain network marketplace, was highlighted in the report for its recent $52 million deal with Galaxy Reach. Research said was the largest in the NFT space for the quarter. So yeah, a bunch of money went to Magic Eden. Really, really good utility there. So the report added that the lack of VC activity isn't necessarily unique to crypto, explaining the tighter monetary conditions have weighed on VC firms' ability to raise funds for investments across the board. This is the truth. This is the honest truth of it. A lot of these VCs, they do huge, you can say, fundraisers. They do a bunch of seed rounds, and with people having less risk to take, especially in the market that we're in right now, with high interest rates, there's not much money for people to, you can say, take risks on. So that's what the VC firms are currently dealing with right now. So that gives you guys a little insight into where we stand currently when it comes to VC money, when it comes to investment. On one side, we're seeing ETFs, we're seeing bottoms get reached and sort of ETFs get launched. So the chart kind of shows that. But we'll see how this sort of develops. And I think this year we're going to continue to see the same cycle, a sideways cycle. because we do have 2 more interest rate hikes coming up from the US this year. So that's one thing to look into. Now, the other thing I want to kind of talk about is a big utility. Well, there's 2 big utilities. So the first thing, so now we're having Ripple kind of talk about it. First, Ripple had to go through its court case. I told you guys like 14th to 17th will be that sort of schedule. We talked about this last month that we will get a conclusion to the case. And now that we're getting conclusion done, and we've had sort of Brad Garlinghouse and others be more vocal and give their interviews and talk about the lawsuits and be more open about it. With we looked at Bloomberg yesterday, and now we're having sort of Ripple CLO, right? The legal side kind of speak about it. So it says court ruling could encourage banks to adapt XRP. I wish I can find this one sort of, you can say, that there's this one you can say video where sort of the XRP CTO, crazy guy, he gives an interview to a big you can say crowd, and he's asked a question. He goes, "What is XRP's main utility? What are you guys working toward?" And he said in a really tweaky way, he goes, "We're going to be the next dollar, you know. We're going to be the dollar. We're going to take on the dollar." I wish I can find, maybe tomorrow I'll find that sort of clip of it. So that's what the CLO is kind of talking about. He's talking about currency now. So let me get you to his story. So he goes, at court, July the 13th court ruling in Ripple's legal battle with the SEC suggested XRP may not necessarily be a security, a decision that has already made significant waves in the space. So Stu Alderati, and yeah, this guy has a nice Twitter, I believe. So follow that. Chief Legal Officer of Ripple has reportedly said United States-based banks may turn to XRP for, what do we call it? Cross-border transactions, following a recent court ruling. So cross-border payments is a big it's part of the banking utilities that need to be improved. But cross-border is an issue. It's the reason why we have the high interest rates and sort of the transaction costs that we pay. So Alderati kind of hints towards XRP used as a cross-border payment solution. So according to a July 17 CNBC report, Alderati expressed confidence that the U.S. banks and financial institutions could begin exploring XRP for use in cross-border payments. The Ripple chief legal officer reportedly made the statement less than 24 hours after the thing. So after the federal judge case. So now this was his quote here. He says, "I think we're hopeful that this decision would give financial institutions, customers, or potential customers comfort to at least come in and start having the conversations about what problems they are experiencing in their business, real-world problems in terms of moving value across borders without incurring obscene fees," said Alderati. He continues, "Hopefully this quarter will generate a lot of conversation in the United States with customers, and hopefully some of those conversations will actually turn into real businesses." So that's the you can say that's the whole, you can say, outlook of it, and these are the kind of things that we have to kind of look into, because the first utility crypto has to hit is the banking utility, how savings accounts work, how mortgages, how loans, how the card systems work, and that's when you get into like synthetic models, and I think cross border is a big utility there. So that's what XRP kind of talked about. So it's great that they're not just like going after the SEC and just looking for sympathy. They're actually gone into really talk about utility and talk about how crypto can really resolve the solutions, and cross border is one of them. Now this is something I'm going to touch into tomorrow, as this is a whole rabbit hole to go into. But Polygon's exec Murli Gupta had a few things to say about security, and talk about how far off we are from security in the DeFi space when it comes to the way our sort of. So this is one quote I'll leave with today, and then we can conclude. as a defender, you have to cover every single spot. So point. So he's talking about people that sort of have to defend, as in like sort of have security on their crypto versus people that attack. If you leave any hole, someone will get in. As an attacker, it's easier. You just ignore the security system. You find a way around. You just have to find one way to break in, and that's it. So this is the whole thing about when we tell people to not claim tokens that have been sort of airdropped to you unless you know what they're about, how to not share your private sort of security keys, how to not be duped by being congratulated about 1,000 Ethereum. So this is one big utility that I think here at ARK we find privacy and security to be pretty unique in this space. So this is something we'll go into tomorrow. But yeah, that concludes it for the DeFi session for today. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Z. All right. Mr. Took, can you do me a favor? Are you able to see on the D app the new winner of the Spark Prize?
Let me take a look.
Properly. I'm showing a bunch of zeros.
Take a look.
But I'm not on the best connection at the moment.
It has not fired, I don't think. I can't see a winner.
All right. I'm going to have to dig into it then because we did fire. It took forever. But I do have a transaction hash here. I'll need to make sure that it's actually. But your homepage is loading. Mine is not.
Yeah, it seems to be loading. Tried clearing the cache too to see if it updated, but no.
It's strange. Mine's stuck at zeros. 4 minutes ago.
I'll fix that.
The what?
Shift F5.
Yeah, I'm on a Mac. It's Command R for the hard reset.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no, it's kind of stuck. All right, what I'll do, Mistletoe, I will chase this down, and then I'll send you the information so you can create the post.
Cool. All good.
Make sure that it didn't fire, have to refire it again, as we did have connection issues. But we want to thank everyone that came out this Monday for another edition of the ARK podcast. Thank you to everyone that participated. Also, the folks that are listening to the podcast over on YouTube. Hope you're enjoying the experience. The channel is growing. We're loving what's happening in our YouTube community. And we're going to be back tomorrow, same time. It's going to be our good friend Mistletoe's last day before he goes away on a much-needed break. Going to go have some fun. Coach Brad will be stepping up, manning the comms, bringing the A game. And it's going to be great to see him back at it, running the show. So we're also going to have our good friend, Coach Roberto, doing the breath. Make sure not to miss it. It's always a special day when we do our breathing here. And again, thank you to our good friends, the ARK Badgers, the Crypto Badgers, aka Bizy Dips and Maxi. All right, folks, have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow.